What's good, guys? What's good? Yeah. An audio-only version of Focus Bokehs. What's good, guys? This is Vahagraphy. I'm Vahagn, your rock and roll photographer. Thank you for joining me on another special edition episode of Focus Bokehs. My podcast, every week, talking about photography, talking about gear, talking about life, talking about anything that comes to mind. This mind of a photographer. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this audio only, guys. Again. Oh, man. It's always a work in progress, guys, over here. It's always a work in progress. You know, this comes from many years of doing the arts, you know, whether it was music, whether it was photography, whether it was events, whether it was just being creative. I've been around creatives all my life, you know, from my dad to my relatives to all my musician friends. I've been around creatives all my life. And the life of a creative, well, we just don't know where we're going to be next week. It's so unpredictable. You know, it's crazy. We jump around. We get ideas. Let's try this. Let's try that. And it's hard to start some type of routine sometimes. And that's just the way life has been for me throughout my whole life. Now, yes, I'm grounded now with being an event photographer, portrait photographer, headshots, events, weddings. But, you know, my life is revolving around that home base. You know, the home base of being a working professional photographer, not knowing where I'm going to be at next week by week. Yeah, we take jobs. We're scheduled throughout the year. And then there's new jobs throughout the week. We get last minute jobs. We have things scheduled during the week, but then I get a call. Hey, you know, Vahagn, what are you doing tomorrow? We need a photographer. I'm not doing nothing, you know, except making $5 here on YouTube. No, we're giving you $500 to $1,000. Show up with your camera and you know, for a few hours. Hell yeah, I'm there. $1,000 last minute. I got nothing planned. Of course photographers are going to take that gig. You know, $1,000 is $1,000 last minute, right? So that's the life that I'm living sometimes in my schedule. Sure, there are priorities in life like family, health, you know, relatives, you know, those special occasions that you know for sure you cannot miss. You know, kids' birthdays, special holidays where, you know, you have all the family in one place. This happens maybe one or two times a year. You don't want to miss those, no matter how much money that someone's offering you for your services. I try not to miss those. And if there's an opportunity to make some coin that day, I'm going to try to make a little less, send someone else if they're open to it, and still go to that family function, because you only get a certain number of those a year, you know, throughout your life. You know, how many kids' birthdays are you going to celebrate? It's a limited amount. And every time I need to share, I need to experience, I need to soak in those moments. You know, money's not everything for me, guys. I haven't sold my soul for cash. I spend so much money. I make money, I spend it. You know, I enjoy money. I spend money. I enjoy life. I like to go out and eat at nice fancy restaurants. I like to experience the service. I like to experience the many courses of meals coming to me by these amazing chefs. Different locations, different venues, travel. I want to experience all that. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, guys. So money comes and goes. You're not taking the money 6 feet under, So you got to enjoy your life. That's just the way I am. I enjoy my life. I like to, as much as I can, enjoy my moments that I have with family, special people that are worth my time. And that's the most important thing for me. Now, if you've been following me, I've been going through some type of I wouldn't call it crisis, but some type of tug and war with Vahagraphy as of late. I've been just throwing things on the wall for the last 2 years, trying to somehow distinguish an identity on this YouTube thing. Whether it's reviews, whether it's podcasts, whether it's live streams, whether it's talking about business, talking about tips, techniques, other photographers, other YouTubers, other amazing people on YouTube, calling people out, being controversial, being cool, being funny, being a dumbass sometimes. I like it all. I enjoy it all. It's just human nature, Who doesn't like drama, guys? In this thing we do, in this, community that we're in, this photography community that we're in, it's big, but at the same time, it's small. It's not the biggest community ever. You go to some other people's channel and you still see the same commenters commenting that they come and comment on yours. It's a small community, guys. Through Sony, through Canon, through Nikon, doesn't matter. It's a small community. We're not that big. And to go ahead and be part of this community and talking about the topic that we all love to talk about, photography, videography, video, photo, gear, lenses, cameras, bodies, Nikon, Canon, Sony, Fuji, Leica, Hasselblad, Mamiya, Panasonic, Lumix, Olympus. It's a great club to be in. No matter if I like this person, if I don't like this person, we're still part of that club. We're still part of the gang. This whole community. We're in an umbrella. There's people that like this channel, they're in that camp. There's people that like, this channel, they're in this camp. Some bigger than others, some very small, some just doing their thing. And I'm just glad to be a part of this community. But I've been going through some type of, I guess, with my busy schedule, with my crazy, unpredictable schedule, trying to establish some type of routine here on Vahagraphy, it has been tough. Not only with the content that I produce, but what type of content I produce. It's funny because you wake up one day and you want to do this, but then you decide it's not such a hot idea. You want to do that, then you decide, maybe not, I don't know if I want to do that. But then you want to be consistent. You come up with a live stream that you want to do every week. Then it doesn't really pan out. I have that type of personality where if I don't see something right away, I want to change things up. I pivot. And hey, that's just part of my personality, I guess. And maybe it's having a negative impact on a lot of things on my channel. Until you try everything, it takes people so many years to make it doing something that they love. I'm not the only one that's struggling. There's a lot of people that's taken them 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And finally, they found something that sticks. Like I said, it's part of my personality to do something and move on. I get bored easily, guys. Easily. I get bored pretty quickly. And, I've been going through a lot of trials and tribulations since 2022, 2021. With my health and fitness going on right now, with quitting smoking. All that stuff was brought on by life, the challenges of life, the stresses, the momentary lapses or the momentary dopamine hits that we all look for, whether it's eating, whether it's going out and binge eating junk food, not working out, smoking, drinking, you want a head change, gambling, it's all tied in, guys. And I've been going through these ups and downs. I get bored easily. So there's things that I need to work on as a human being. We all have these issues, guys. We all have these issues. And some more vocal than others. I know people that never discuss personal things. But for me, it's good to open up a little bit, It's good to talk talk about these kind of things with people. And lately I've been talking about personal challenges of my weight loss, of my weight gain. And all about it, and I made these videos because I thought, hey, it's going to keep me accountable this time. This time around, it's going to hold me accountable because I don't want to say one thing and do another. And this time around, I'm very serious with it. And sitting there 3 weeks and a couple of days in, 3 weeks, 1 day to be exact, 23 days in, I feel great. And I'm not going back to that life that I was, enjoying. I'd say enjoying is the right word. With drinking alcohol, eating McDonald's, fast food, not working out. I'm not going back to that life. Quitting smoking was another thing, and I'm still struggling with that. I mean, I quit. It's been 12 days. Do you know what kind of monumental thing it is to quit smoking? Like, if you're not a smoker for years, if you weren't addicted to this, if there's cigarettes, smoking cigarettes for 20 plus years, a pack a day, and one day you wake up and you don't have to have it anymore. You know what kind of big thing that is? For those of you that's never been addicted to any kind of substance, you don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Oh, you could say, good job, bro. Nah, it's not such a big deal, Big deal, you quit. You never had this addiction problem. Smoking, it calms me down. Smoking gives me something to do in between my breaks, in between my shoots. Smoking makes me calm down. Smoking makes me think what I've done wrong, what I've done right. And for me to totally yank that out of my life, it's a void. It's a void that I have to deal with. But that void, not doing that, has many plus sides, which is health. Many plus sides, which is you can breathe better, you feel better, your skin, you smell. There's a lot of plus sides. And financially too, it adds up. But health is the number one thing, and it's just a monumental thing that I've done, and I'm pretty proud of it. Sure, there are moments that I wish I had a cigarette right now, but no, I don't have it. I haven't bought one since I quit. I don't have packed store away somewhere. There's gonna be times coming up this weekend where I'm gonna be going away for a little bit. And there's going to be barbecues. There's going to be smoking, relatives, parties, alcohol. And I'm going to try not to do it. I'm going to try not to smoke. If I could come away this long weekend still not falling off the wagon with food and cigarettes and alcohol, then I got it made. So anyway, what was I talking about? So I bring all this up because I got a comment saying, hey, I really like what you're doing, but you're not consistent. Guys, it's hard to be consistent in my life. Hey, welcome to photography. Welcome to a photographer's life. That, a photographer that doesn't have a day job, that does things, that's an independent contractor, that's photography life right there, And it's not only about having a day job or having other priorities. It's about having a family too. It's about having a life to live. No, I understand what the viewers are saying sometimes. They love a schedule. They like to see that. If they're fans of my channel, they want to see something set in stone. But it's hard, guys. It's hard because I'm doing this. I'm not making money here. I'm not making money. It's taking a lot of time from my life. Sure. Do I wish I was making $10,000 a month on Vahagraphy? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? There are avenues I can take right now, putting as much effort I'm putting in on Vahagraphy, and I could be making 20, 30, 40, 50,000 a month. I know right now I can do that. As much as effort I'm putting into this channel, making breadcrumbs, I can be doing it on another genre, putting in the same amount of effort, maybe even less, and make 4 or 5, sometimes 6 incomes a month, 6 figures a month. I'm serious. I'm serious. And I was wondering, should I do it? I mean, it's a great income. It basically comes down to, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking about the topic that I love talking about. Not everything is about money for me. But that said, since this is kind of like I'm donating my time producing content, it kind of has to be this way for now. Human nature, guys. So that's what it is. It is what it is, guys. Until something happens, until I can get my footing, until I can find my true identity on here, I still haven't found what I'm looking for on YouTube. Honestly, I still haven't found what I want to do. I know what I enjoy doing. I have a vision, but I still haven't found that mold, that blueprint, that identity of who I really am. To be honest with you, I haven't. And until I do, it's just going to stay this way for now. I mean, I know that I like my channel. I know that I enjoy producing content. That much I like. That much I know. I know I like the name because it represents who I am, my first name, and it represents the topic we're talking about. Photography, Vahagn, Vahagraphy. I mean, wow. When I came up with that, I was like, that's freaking awesome. Couldn't think of a better YouTube channel name than Vahagraphy for me. That's perfect for me. That's the best name I could come up with. But what am I doing with Vahagraphy? What's going on here? That's what I'm trying to still figure out. And I ask a very prominent YouTuber this question. That's been in this business for forever. One of the pioneers of photography channels. I asked him, hey, what do you see yourself? What's the end game here? What's the end goal here for you? And this guy's pretty established. And he's turned YouTube into business. And he loves talking photography. One of the top channels in our genre. I asked him, what's the end game for you, man? I'm still figuring that out. That's his exact words. Still trying to figure it out. So, it's a work in progress for everyone, I guess. If you're not, we're not Mr. Beast. We're not, those bigger channels that make millions and millions of dollars, employing thousands of people. I think in our photo community, we're all just trying to figure it out. I still haven't found the mold that I really want to be cast with this channel, guys. It's going to be 5 years. And I like to look at it as, I like to think of this as like a trial run for 5 years. Until I really find out what I'm looking for on here. Until I like to think of myself as somebody that likes to create content. But what do I really want from here? Yeah, I don't want to sell you guys anything. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But it'd be nice to supplement my income a little bit. Making a few $100 a live stream. Why not? You got to be a fool to turn down money, guys. You got to be a fool. So maybe that's what I need to do from now on. Maybe that's something that I make me happy, maybe motivate me not to take that photo shoot and supplement that last photo shoot that I need and supplement the money that I make on YouTube. Now, I find it funny sometimes where, and it's human nature to say this to people, like, you said you're going to do this, or you said you don't care about this one. Things change, guys. Thoughts change. Ideas change. There's always things that are changing. People make money. People make less money. Things change. Circumstances change. Expenses change. The cost of living changes. So ideas change. People change. Circumstances change. Use cases change. And the thought process, the ideology, the idea changes. With me and Vahagraphy, it's a constant form of trying new things. It's a constant, a wheel of, hey, let's try this. Let's see if it sticks. Let's try this. If you look at my channel, whether it's a bad thing or a good thing, whether I made a mistake, whether, I made many mistakes in life. Of course, we all do. There's nobody that's perfect, but to sit there and to be a quarterback of what other people are doing, I got to say, you know what? You got to try this yourself. Try doing this yourself and see how it goes. It's a lot of work, guys. And I appreciate all the feedback I get. I know you guys care. The ones that really care, I can tell that you guys really care about what I'm doing here. The ones that really hurt, the comments that really hurt are the ones coming from people that really care. So I appreciate all that. And, I've done a lot. I've tried many things, many type of videos, some good, some bad, some work, some don't. It's just a work in progress for me, this channel is. And the one thing that I constantly think about is my life challenges to improve myself health-wise. Not to talk about it again, but, I know how it feels to be that guy is in shape, that's making good money, that's wearing nice clothes. I haven't felt smoke-free in years, so I won't loop that in the bunch. I haven't felt that in decade, okay? And it feels good to be smoke-free. But as far as, expressing myself on this channel, whether it comes to what I'm doing, setting up goals for myself, talking about weight loss on my channel. Did I mess up the algorithms temporarily? Sure. I think I did. But you know what? When you mess something up, you can always fix it. There's always a fix. There's always a workaround. It's going to take some time to get back up again. When you knock down, you get back up again. You get back up. You salvage what you can salvage. And that's it. You start with new ideas. And that's all you can do at this point. There's no point in, crying over spilled milk, as they say, right? But let me tell you one thing, guys. I really enjoy this talking. I really enjoy podcasting. That's one of my favorite things to do. I really enjoy podcasting, not necessarily, just me, but one-on-one with other people, other creatives, in person if I can. I love that. I enjoy that. So one thing I can tell you guys is that it's been 3 weeks since I've changed my diet, started walking and feeling good. But my mind is like cleansed, clear from the clutter. kind of like I have a stronger conviction, stronger ideas, bigger goals with a much more calmer look and attitude. Kind of like not giving a shit, not giving a fuck about what's going on around me and doing what I want to do. In the past, I used to really care about, trying to make everybody happy. But now I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to focus on what I want to focus on, what I want to produce. If there's an ass for the seat in the theater on my, during my show, so be it. If there isn't, then hey, I'm still going to make that show. So that, brings me back to the topic of Vahagraphy. What is Vahagraphy? What do I want to do? I'm still experimenting. Audio podcast, video podcast, live stream, reviews. I like it all. Do I have time for it all? I don't know. But as the time goes by, as I'm striving to hit my goals, I'm just going to get more, better, more confident, taking more risks, chances, because I know what I could offer. I know what I could offer, whether you think that's good or bad in the community. I know what I'm about, I know what I'm about, and I don't take myself too seriously. But, but when I'm doing something, when I'm involved in a project, when I'm working, let's say, right? I take that job seriously. When I'm shooting portraits, I take that job seriously. I want to know everything about photography. I want to know everything about lighting. I want to know everything about composition. I take those moments seriously in my life. Gear. The experience with the gear. The results with the gear. The pictures. The images. I take that all seriously. But, when we're doing it, when we're working, when we're having fun with our friends, when we're just talking, shooting the shit, talking shop, I do it in a fun, energetic, joking way. Never take yourself too seriously, no matter how good or bad you are in some skill. So, the future of this, I don't know what it holds, man. I just wanted to come on here today and just talk about what's on my mind about Vahagraphy. I know there's going to be something. I know I'm going to do something with this channel. Whether it's what it is, how far I go, or what I decide to be serious about, that remains to be seen and decided. But as of now, it's all about, trying to repair the algorithms, trying to repair what I've done here, but at the same time, it's not all damage. At the same time, I look at my content and I go, damn, this is good stuff. If I do say so myself. It's a lot of it is I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud of the content that I produce. Especially those reviews, man. But, the thing is, it takes a long time. It takes a lot of work to edit a really good review, to put videos together, to put music to it, to narration. Somebody commented once that they were very shocked at how fast I turned around a video. We shot a video on location. I put all the parts together. I edited it and I uploaded it and it was ready to go on my channel. And that person was so shocked that I did this in so short a period of time. It's hard work. It's not easy. But if you put your mind to it and if you enjoy what you're doing, guys, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit on here. So, let me close this audio podcast by saying this, guys. There's a lot of things I can do that I enjoy doing. And there's many avenues I could take on Vahagraphy. I love this channel. I love the people I meet on here. I love the content that I produce on here. I like talking about photography. I like even talking about other YouTubers. because I'm a fan of the genre. I'm a fan of this topic. And when people say I hardly watch YouTube, I hardly watch photography channels, that could be true, but I doubt it. If you love the topic, if you love cameras, lenses, reviews, and if you're a part of YouTube creating content, I guarantee you're watching other people's material. Some sort of other people's material. Whether it's shorts, whether it's snippets of people's reviews, whether it's to get ideas. You're doing it. I understand you might not want to admit it. You might not want to give other people promotion or promote their channels. You might be afraid of them stealing watch hours from your channel. Whatever the case, it exists. It exists. People watch each other's material. People rip each other's off all the time. I invented wedding photography. No, you didn't. I invented this pose. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Even the best photographers that are known for some style, certain style, they didn't invent it. They didn't create it. They ripped it off from somebody else. And that's just the way life is, guys. Life imitating life, life imitating art, art imitating art. That's just the way it is. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this, that, I enjoy what I do here, and, some sort of Vahagraphy is going to exist, whether it's video, gear reviews, tutorials, business side of photography, or a mixture of everything. Podcast. But I enjoy talking gear. I enjoy talking brands. I'm looking at the latest Nikon news right now, and it's getting me excited. Why do you talk about Nikon all the time? Because that's the gear that I shoot. That's the brand that I shoot. Do I agree with what they do marketing-wise all the time? No, I don't. I actually talk shit about them a lot. I'm not in their good graces whatsoever. I sometimes make fun of their people at New York, in a good way. In a good way. Hey, what are you guys doing with marketing? Hey, I even wrote a couple of songs and I did a couple of skits making fun of Nikon USA out of fun. It's just fun for me. And it was all in good levity. It was all in good spirits. But I like the brand. I shoot the brand. I enjoy shooting the brand. Look at the news right now. Z5 II. Nikon achieves top market share in Japan for the first time with the release of the Z5 II camera. For the first time. This is big news, guys. This is huge. This is huge. A company that's considered third, maybe fourth in some people's eyes, having the top position with the release of the Z5 II in Japan market share, that's huge. We have to give that a round of applause. Z5 firmware update 2.01, that's huge. They care about their users. They care about the guys that bought these cameras, and they want them to update and improve. Sorry, Z6 and Z7 original Z5 II owners, Z6 II, Z6, Z7 II owners. I know you guys got a firmware update, but it wasn't probably the one that you were looking for. There's so much you can get. You can get so far with hardware, guys. But anyway, all this news that I'm reading about Nikon, the red purchases, the video camera, the rumored ZR. I like to call it ZC, but whatever, just the performance that I see, the red purchase, red cinema. Who would have thought that Nikon would own freaking red right now? You had to be smoking something great 2-3 years ago if I told you that. But they are. Man, I used to make fun of Nikon saying they're not serious with video. Look what they did. They proved me wrong. And they proved a lot of other people wrong. I never quit on the brand. Never quit on the brand. Sure, I had love affairs with Canon on the side, Fuji, and I still do. But I never quit on the brand. That was my main brand. I stuck with it till this day. And now I can say that, hey, my decision sticking with the brand has been one that I really like, that I really enjoy. Why? Well, you know what? They pretty much caught up with everything. Even autofocus, even tracking. And I'm pretty proud. I love the lenses, the lens makers, the image quality I get from Nikons. Are they perfect? No, they're not. What is perfect, guys? Nothing. But, hey, free will. It's called free will to choose the brand that you want to shoot with. It's called free will to choose what you want to shoot with that said brand. So, hey, by the way, Nikon USA, love the videos you guys put out recently with the WPPI performances. Cliff Montner and a few others live at WPPI. I missed it last year, this year, a couple months ago or a month ago, whatever it was. Even Seth Miranda made an appearance. Seth Miranda. Hey, Seth, smile, man. Smile more. The guy's so serious sometimes. Smile more, man. Come on, man. You're the man. Seth Miranda, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, would I like to be more involved in the community as far as, collaborate with others in the Nikon community and the other photography community? Sure, man. My door is open to anybody that wants to collab with me. Even if we had a history in the past, even if we had issues in the past, my door is always open. My door is always open. I have no issues with anybody, honestly. I'd rather sit down with somebody that I had a past with and just talk, because it'd be more interesting to talk with somebody that I talked shit about in the past. Hey, you know what? I said this about you. How do you feel about that? Let's talk about it. This is why I said this about you. Or this is why I was wrong about you. Or this is why I did this. Oh, I made a mistake. It adds drama, guys. It adds entertainment value to the brand, to the topic of photography. I think we need that in Nikon world. I think we need some drama. I think we need some fun, some entertainment. We need crazy guys coming in and talking all crazy. It's all good, guys. And I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this energetic podcast. Are you guys liking this? Oh, I'm liking this. Anyway, let's go ahead and end it here. Enjoy talking your head off for about an hour. I was a little shy. But who knows? We might just do this podcast audio only, the way many others do it. Guests, I'd love to have guests on here, man. I'd love to have guests on here. I'd love to sit one-on-one with Jared Pollan and just talk shit to him. And then we'd be buddy-buddy, and then, say, you know what? I really enjoyed my time with you, Jared. We don't see eye to eye on many things, but I respect you as a human being. I think you're an arrogant prick sometimes. When you did my Vahagraphy talk back in the day, you were a prick. You were a real prick. But at the same time, thank you for giving us small channels your time. And I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, but you did it anyway. But anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Focus Bokehs Podcast. What the hell is Focus Bokehs? Well, this is Focus Bokehs for now. Episode 13, audio only, podcast, in the books. This is Vahagraphy. I'm Vahagn, your rock and roll photographer. Thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully, things will pan out for me in this channel. We'll see what happens, guys. Every day that goes by, I'm feeling better and better with my health. It's making me think a little more clearly, a little more passionately, a little more confidently. And can't wait till January 1st, 2026. God willing, if I reach that date, hit my goal, and maintain that weight. We're going to rock and roll. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next episode. This is episode 13 of Focus Bokehs. Rock and roll.